morning, everybody. Can you believe we are only 10 days away from Christmas? It is, I've got to wiggle around here for a second, I guess. Anyway, I cannot believe we're 10 days away from Christmas. So for those of you who are new to my tutorials, my name is Colleen Light. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from a small town in Southwest Washington. And it is cold, cold, cold this morning. I think it was like 28 or 29 degrees. Beautiful, the ground was all frosty. Anyway, back to some Stampin' Up! News. Today is free shipping day. Yay! For orders over $75 or more, it's free shipping. I think it's $11.59 tonight, and I want to say Mountain Time, but double check me on that. So that's pretty exciting and worked out really well for me, the queen of procrastination. I still haven't put my pre-order in yet, so pretty excited that today is a free shipping day. Anyway, we're going to take a break from Christmas cards today and make a birthday card or an all-occasion card. I'm using the Hues of Happiness. I need a little bit of floral and flowers in my life right now. So let me get you flipped around. I'll fill you in a little bit else on what's going on with Stampin' Up! And we will get the show on the road. And I'm so happy you can join me. I come live every Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, and it seems like everybody else does too, which always makes me kind of chuckle. So, but it also kind of takes away a lot of the nerves of doing live. So it's kind of one of those things that works and doesn't really work because I like to chit chat. Also, so if you catch the replay, just let me know you're watching the replay because I love to hear that. Okay, I'm going to just scooch this phone back a little bit so I have a little bit more workspace. This is the host code for December. For those of you who don't know, I do send a free gift with purchases over $35. Had a little bit of glue there. For purchases over $35, and you use the host code. Okay, so great ways to save right now with the free shipping. You know, we have that clearance rack. We have the last chance products. Oh, so much, so much. But let's make a card. So this card, I'm going to swap up the colors because, you know, I like to make everything a little bit different. This card, though, I used Night of Navy, Melon Mauve, the basic white, and just kind of coordinated everything together. So these gems actually are our basic rhinestones, and I just used a melon marker. Oh my goodness, Melon Mambo Stampin' Blend, and I colored on them, let them dry, and that's what I used to get them to coordinate. All right, so I am going to go through the dimensions with you as I do this project. But I will also have things blogged later on. So if you are catching the replay or watching me live, give a shout out, say hello, let me know how you're doing and where you're watching from. So this is not a color I work with very often because I am not really a grape color person. So this is, I believe, this is Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to double check myself here just in the catalog. I think, because I very rarely use it, it's Gorgeous Grape. And this is cut at the standard card base 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm scoring at 4 1/4. And we're just going to do this like, just gonna fold it in half here. And I do download everything to YouTube, usually the same day. I've been running behind, probably much like everybody else. And my computer screen keeps blinking, so I hope you're not blinking on your end. Anyway, much like everybody else, this is a very busy time of the year for everybody, right? So makes it a little, difficult to keep up sometimes. Okay, so then we're going to take this fresh freezer piece, which is cut at 5 1/4. No, did it wrong. 4 inches by 5 1/4. Oh, you just can't trust me, can you? And this piece of cardstock, your basic white, was cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I went ahead, I don't know if you can see, I went ahead and, oh, good morning, Jan. Jan, is the screen blinking off and on for you too, or is it just me? Anyway, this here is done with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. This is on sale now for $5.40. It was $9, and it is one of those, oh, just me, good. So anyway, it is one of those great all-purpose embossing folders. So if you don't have this, it is on sale now. And we're gonna end up layering this like that. I have my inside panel cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That'll go inside our card. And then we have all these little parts and pieces. Let me get out a piece of scratch paper and let's go ahead and start gluing things down. You know what? I think I'm going to cut down this piece of scratch paper real quick. I don't know about you, but sometimes these long pieces make it a little bit awkward for me to work with. So I oftentimes just cut them in quarters, just like this. I just cut things so they fit a little bit better. Not only in the camera, but also, I don't know, I tend to get tangled up in those long pieces of paper. Okay, so this was not my design. I found it on Pinterest. I wish I could remember who I looked up, but I think this would be great. If you are still making your holiday cards, your Christmas cards, I think this is a perfect layout for that too. And wish I had seen it when I was making some of my Christmas cards. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Gorgeous Scrape again, and the Use It Happiness Designer Series paper, which is one of my favorites. So this is cut at 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. Your Designer Series paper is 4 1/2 by 1 1/2. So I have to tell you, I just needed a change of pace from the Christmas cards. I have loved all the Christmas projects, and I have loved watching what everybody else has been doing for Christmas. I think some of the projects this year have just been amazing, and the cards, the talent out there has been amazing. I've gotten some beautiful cards in the mail. I just needed to kind of swap up my day. Oh, good morning. Yeah, Wendy, I've been looking at your pictures and all that snow. Oh, and thank you. Thank you. So anyway, excuse me, had a little cough. 4 inches by 1 1/2. And your Designer Series paper this time is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So let's go ahead and adhere this. This again is a nice, easy layout, but really gives a little bit of a wow factor. And like I said, I don't normally use the grape colors, so this is kind of out of my wheelhouse and comfort zone, so I'm a little excited about it. Wait until you see how this comes together. Okay, let's start gluing our parts and pieces together. Again, this is that Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So when I use my embossing folders on things, I will generally use the liquid glue. I just think it gets in all the nooks and crannies and helps it adhere a little bit better. But if you are absolutely one of those people that is attached to the stamp and seal and you prefer that, I know there's people that have strong feelings about multi-purpose glue and the liquid glue. It'll work fine if you really like to use that seal. Okay, so I also sometimes get things just a hair uneven, so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room here. Much better. All right, so we're gonna just keep working here. We're gonna glue these onto the front, and then we're going to do some stamping. So do you all have a long list of wish list items? my husband has always said I'm such a procrastinator, and I am one of those extremely organized procrastinators. Like, I know everything I have not done yet. But last night I was telling him, see, sometimes it pays off. I procrastinated, and now I'm going to get the free shipping. Oh, good morning, Fran. I know, Deanne, this is my favorite designer series paper also. I love this Hues of Happiness. All right, so I'm almost done with this little bit of multi-purpose glue. You can see I'm kind of struggling to get it out here. So we used to live in Arizona. You know, I may have to, let me see if I can tap this. I may have to open up another one. I'm trying to look for something to tap it on. I've got to bring my silicone mat somewhere around here. Oh, there we go. We used to live in Arizona just for a short period of time because I missed the snow so much. And of course I missed my family so much. So we ended up moving back to Washington State. I decided I love all the seasons. So I had to come back. All right. So you can see our card is starting to come together and how easy these little layers are popping in. All right, let's do a little bit of stamping. I want to stamp the inside panel and our sentiment. So for our sentiment, I'm using You Are Wonderful in Every Way from the Happiness Abounds stamp set. I really like flowers. I do. Basically on this stamp set though, I wanted this one because I love the font. I absolutely love the script. So had to have that one. Let me grab my silicone mat and let's go ahead and stamp here. And I'm going to use the Memento Black. Now, because I wanted to match the cardstock, and I don't have any idea what I did with my gorgeous grape ink. And I mean, when I tell you I have no idea, not a clue. It is somewhere. It is somewhere in this craft room. Do you all ever do that? I have to tell you, not a clue. All right, but I think the black will work out great. I think it'll be fine. If not great, it'll be fine. My granddaughter, that's what she always says to me. She always says, Nana, it's fine. It's fine. So when I say it'll be fine, I'm kind of talking about my little granddaughter who always, with everything in life says, oh, it's fine. She's got such a lovely disposition. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this here. I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies, again, one of my favorites. I am a person that when I find things I love, I tend to stick with them. So these are one of those die sets that I just love. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little run through the mini cut and emboss machine. And for those of you who need one, Stampin' Up! They came out with a new color and it will be available for non-demonstrators, I believe, in January. So I'll have some of the details about that in my newsletter. All right, so let's go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead and just get some seal. And we're gonna adhere our sentiment. This card really does come together so quickly. You can see I have just been making Christmas cards. I'm to the tail end of everything here. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this here. And then we're gonna bounce this up on some dimensionals. How pretty is that gonna look? All right, let me give these a snip here. Just gonna give this a snip. And we're gonna pop this up on the dimensionals, and then we're gonna adhere this to the front, and we're gonna put our stamp a piece in our in the inside panel. So I like to use my Stamparatus when I'm putting sentiments on, but because I've been doing so many craft shows and people tend to like blank cards better, I have kind of gotten to the point where I am not adhering all of my, I'm stamping, like I'm gonna put a flower down here. I'll show you. I'm gonna put the flower down here using Fresh Freesia ink. And let me go ahead and this piece here, because I'm going to stamp off a little bit. But I'm getting to the point where I'm not necessarily adhering them. I just kind of pop them on the inside so I can put the right sentiment on the card. And since I've been using my Stamparatus to make sure I get everything lined up perfectly, and the last couple, well, there were a couple of cards that I ended up having to throw away because the sentiment was crooked, and it was not a passable crooked. It was just too crooked. So now I'm just tucking them in so I can make sure that I don't lose a whole card. So anyway, this is how that would sit in there. Let's go ahead and adhere this to the front of our card. Hopefully I'll get enough glue out of here. So, are you done with your Christmas shopping? I think the only person I have left is my husband, and he is so snoopy. I think I'm going to have to wait until the very last minute to get him his gifts. I don't know what happens. He finds them every year. Every year. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this here. I have my In Color Gems that has the fresh freesia. And you can see all my stuff is so well loved this time of the year. And I'm going to pop one here. I want to put one gem. Oops, ran away from me. I'm going to put one here. And then, let me use the putty end here. Much easier. And then I think I want to put one down here. So this is today's card. Let me know. What am I most wanting from the new mini catalog, Jan? I don't know. I kind of want it all. You know, I really like everything in Celebration, and so I have to make another run through that mini catalog and try and figure it out. You know, I want it all. Anyway, so this is today's card, and like I said, I did not adhere the inside panel because I'm just going to tuck it in there. So when I send it away, I can make sure I get that sentiment on correctly. So this is the nice spring colors in the middle of winter that my heart just needed some flowers today. And this is using a little bit of a darker, but I think the Melon Mambo really kind of made it a little bit more springy. And then of course this Hues of Happiness is just one of my absolute favorite designer series paper. So which colors do you like better? I think I actually, for somebody who never uses the Gorgeous Grape and always uses the Night of Navy, kind of think I like this one better, surprisingly enough, which is good. I guess it's good to come out of your comfort zone then, isn't it? So let me know which one you like the best, and I will see you on Monday on YouTube. If you have a minute, pop over on YouTube. I'll be live at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. If not, I'll be back the next Thursday, same time. All right, you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me.